Morning, peeps. Jenny Cleaston here. All right. Let's just... I am kind of enjoying this little, creating this little nugget of goodness with the book. And it's kind of working out quite well. It's a little bit, not insipid, but I think it could be more. I think it could be way more. So I'm going to go in and follow the instructions of my book. If all else fails, I suppose follow the instructions and see what we can get to. So as you know, once you've done your pressure points, I call them pressure points anyway, we now got to have some softenings. And softenings can be all sorts of things. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of expand it out a little bit just to make it fuller. And I think I'll add this one over here. So once again, I'm just going to add that little combination of straight stitch coming off over here somewhere. And then all this bit of nonsense, all of that will then fill up that little space. Okay, shall we see what happens? Oh, genade. Is this table wobbling? Let me have a look. Oh, guts, it is. Just let me sort it out. Okay. Oh, it's still a bit wobbly, but I think I'll manage. I'll try not to make it wobble. Okay. And inside here is that very same green, and I think I'm just going to keep the same green because I have it on hand. And yeah, I just don't know if something had to come out of here first to give this more substance. What do you think? Maybe I can add it later as a finishing touch. Okay, so let's go back to this. Now that softening just had three, I think it was just normal 3 straight stitches. This one. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do is just do quickly is I'm going to see if this works first before I move on. Okay. I didn't have enough space as I had on the other one to get all creative, you know. So that over there was a is going to be a sequin, is it not? Do I have a little sequin lurking here somewhere? I don't think I do. Otherwise I would just pop it on. Fossicking through this. No, I don't. I'll have to go inside. And then I need to put some ribbon over there. That'll help take up some space. Now I reckon I need to go bigger. Let's have a look. Now this is coming out the art jar, so that might be an issue for me because it might not have, I might not have enough in here. And then what do I do when I run out? Do I just adapt or die? I'm wondering if the 4mm is going to be too thick. If I add this on, what would happen if instead of doing that, I did a little ruched ribbon rose on there. That's pretty cute. Yeah, I'll do that. But now the problem being is I don't know how much more of that ribbon I've got in this aught jar. I'll see. Let's have a look. Because it doesn't have to be the same. Oh, there you go. Is this a little bit darker? Yeah, that's a bit dark, but I'll still take it out. And there's another piece. Oh, look at that. It was meant to be. Okay, so before you go do that, Jennifer, you've got to add your little hookies on. Let's just get this threaded. I don't think that I've got enough space to do one here, so I'm just going to pop it over here. I'm just going to do it over there. Even though there's no space, I will still put that in there. And then I will travel down and do my other one, because now I know that it looks right. Can anybody hear the pool? Let's use this one up. Yes, I really need to add a lot more to this, I think. The lilac is kind of dying a death on this black, but I think it'll still be okay if I make it more interesting. Ruched ribbon rose. Be mean with it. Be mean with it. Oh, this is very wobbly, this table today. My husband moved it out the way because it was raining when I was at the beach. Yeah. And why don't I do one here, one wonders? Come on, Jennifer, you're slipping up. You are slipping up. Come on, stop wobbling. They're all the same length, aren't they? It's a bit of a pity. Oh, looks so short and squat. Not to worry, I know how to fix that. There you go. Back to my rose. I'm just going to extend this out, put it right out there. It's too close. Yeah. Don't go through that knot behind there, you'll be so unhappy. Indeed. That was not a great little rose. Is she? They're not the greatest roses in the land, peeps. I don't know why. It's just not happening today. Don't worry, we'll disguise the bad roses. They've just sort of been eaten by something, or they've had too much water, or something has happened to them. Okay, now let's put all that away. In the book, oh, where is the book? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. This is the what do you call it? Sweet Delights page, and finishing touches. So what we've done the little ruched rose, haven't we? And I think that I must need to add some leaves and maybe turn my funny little huikies there into something that looks a little bit more like that, kind of random. That's a bit of couching there. Okay. So let's give her some leaves first. See if there's a 4mm silk ribbon in here. A little bit there. A little bit there. Perfect. It's looking terribly green, this, isn't it? I'm wondering if that shouldn't come out with a little bit of a bling. Should I go and get some bling from inside? It's not really turning out exactly. Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on. Hold that thought right there. I think what we should do is just, I think I should do, not you should, you can do whatever you like actually. It's this is the Dazzle or Razzle from Sue Spargo. Be careful, she frays. So just also make sure that you use a chenille needle for this, peeps, because she doesn't actually, she's quite a difficult little thread, but worth the effort, Okay. So let us go, and so the reason why I'm adding bling is that I'm thinking of adding a little bead or something to this work, and so this little bit of bling thread is a nice segue into the adding the bead. You're not going to trip me up. Come on. So I suppose for some of you who think, oh, I do the same kind of stitches all the time. Yes, this is what I do when I'm by myself stitching every day. But when you come to my class, we most certainly do a whole variety of stitches in your work. And as you know, I will be teaching I'm quite excited, so I hope I get some people to come to my classes, because I will be teaching at the Green Door Studios, which is in New South Wales. And Zoe seems to have so many wonderfully talented people. There's so many classes that I would just love to attend, like all the painting. Oh, that would really tickle my pickle greatly. So when you come and do my workshop with me, we most certainly don't do the same stitches over and over again ad nauseum. We do a whole variety of interesting stitches to create organic kind of embroideries. I might come up over here for some unknown reason and put this one here, and I'm running out of thread, so just end her off. Just make sure you end this one off really well, because she is a a little notorious little unraveler. Now she's starting to look a little bit more interesting. She was quite insipid and kind of measly looking, wasn't she, a little while ago? I think I need to do something with my little flowers as well, so we'll see what happens there. But this is not, you know, you can see how I always say to my students, before you unpluck, you know, unpick. Some lovely Mel gave me that word. She comes to my classes, so instead of unpicking, she unplucks, and I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. I always say, before you go off unplucking, just let me have a look at it, because not everything needs to be, you know, discarded. I don't think, you know, you've done it, you've created it. Let's see if we can resolve the issues. And more often than not, an issue can be resolved. Most definitely. It's the most glorious day today. And the sea was just, oh, wonderful. I'm back to my training for my kilometer ocean swim. You'd think that I was swimming 10 kilometers. It's not far, peeps. I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. Come on. I'm going the wrong way. This thread's not liking me. Okay, settle petal. I'll do it the right way now. I still think she's looking a little bit as though she needs a good burger. She's still a little bit mean and contained. But just adding that little bit of sun, you know, shimmer is the best. Let's come up over here somewhere and pop your last one in there. Then I'm going to see what I can do by changing my color and my thread and going down, right down to about a pearl number 12 or a pearl number 16, or 2 strands of, what do you call that, DMC or stranded cotton. That might help me get some movement. You see, I've still got little spaces there. It's still not doing, it's still not floating my boat all that much. All right, let's get a pearl number 16 or 12. Okay, so that's not 12 either. This is more like a 12. That's more like a 12. That's more like a 12. That's a 16. That's a 12 here. And that one over here is a 16 from Chameleon Threads. Yeah. Oh, are any of these doing it for you? Hi? No? Yes? No? Thoughts? Keep going back to this green. And it's not really the right green, but green's green, and green goes with everything, doesn't it? What to do? I might walk away. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk away from this, and I'll come back and I'll give it some serious thought. I'll see you soon. All right, look at this, all this gemorse. But what I am going to do is I'm going to add little sequins, and I'm going to change the color of the sequins, because I just feel, you know, something's not kind of working. So let's just throw in something completely different and see what happens. I'm all encroached here. Let's go. So I'm going to go and add in a little blue sequin. Now, if you buy the packs, all the packs have a little 2 packets or 3 packets of sequins and beads. So, so I've threaded that bead on there, but I'm going to hold it in my hand, and then I'm going to go through that sequin again. That's called a stop bead. The little gold bead is now a stop bead, and I'm going to go through this twice. If I can find the place. There's nothing worse than a wobbly bead or sequin. There you go. So I'm going to turn her over and anchor this off really, 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 really well. So you're going to knot before and after every single sequin. I'm going to do her again. Pull her through. And I'm only going to that's for now, I'm only going to pop on 5 sequins, okay? That's what I'm feeling right now. So if this one goes here, is that too far away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think? What does it look like from your end? Okay, that's perfect, perfect. So the next one is going on over there. So I'm going to come through, going right over that stitch as though she's not there. Coming up. Sequin. Oh no, got so few of these little gold beads left. Don't do that to me. I'm actually... I'm going to have to change my needle, peeps. It's not a pearl, a milliner's number 9, and these beads are battling to go through. I'm going to have to go inside again. The good news is that I didn't have to go inside because I have a milliner's number 9 right here. So you can go, thank you very much for nothing. Oh, here that truck starts out there. Let me just finish this quickly. I'll just finish this quickly. Yep, I'm going to switch this camera off for a minute and get all the sequins done, and I'll come back to you. So as more and more trucks arrive, I am going to call this, and actually I'm not that unhappy with it. I think, as I said, it is what it is. It's just a little something, and in a way it's quite joyous and is very pretty. My granddaughter would love it. So Pippa, this is for you. And so once again, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to pack up and get on with my day. Thank you so much. Bye.